Hey everyone, this is Hammer giving you a 6,000 point mega battle from the Chicago Warhammer League. This time we have my Bretonnians allied with the Lizardman player I've played a lot against a Dark Elf and Beastman army. So we played this game on a 4x8 table. I'd seen it played on a 4x10, but in those games the units on the far edges just take way too long to get across the table. So going over deployment, at the bottom there we have a Salamander, a unit of Saurus warriors with spears, and there's also a fighty character in there. Behind them is a Stegodon with a skink hero. He has something that gives them 2d6 impact hits. Behind him is a cannon that's representing one of my trebuchets. We have a unit of Temple Guard with Slann Mage Priest, and also in that unit are 2 additional Saurus heroes, so a really dangerous unit. We have a unit of 10 Skink Skirmishers, my Grail Knights there by the Temple Guard, a trebuchet, a big unit of Skinks and Kroxigors. On the hill, another trebuchet, a unit of 9 Knights of the Realm, full command, unit of 9 Questing Knights with the Banner of Eternal Flame. In front of the Questing Knights are 10 more Skink Skirmishers. I have a unit of 50 Men-at-Arms with my level 1 Damsel, Lore of Beasts. She has the prayer icon. Behind them is another trebuchet represented by the Screaming Skull Catapult. And my big unit of Knights of the Realm with my BSB and level 4 of Life with Crown of Command. So Vanguard units, you can see my Peg Knights, and then 2 units of Chameleon Skinks as well. Alright, so going on to the bad guys deployment. This is actually the first time I'd faced Beastmen or Dark Elves, so I apologize if I get any of these names wrong. So on the left here we have a unit of 12 Centaurs, a big unit of Gors next to them, a definitely substantial unit of Bestigors behind the woods. I think they're strength 6 or strength 4 with great weapons, so strength 6. Really dangerous unit, definitely afraid of them. Unit of Ungors to the right of them. 2 Shamans. In the middle here we have a unit of Blackguard. I think there's a special character in there. I know they were unbreakable. There's 2 bolt throwers on the hill, a level 4 Dark Elf, Sorceress, Lore of Death. She's really designed to kill characters. A unit of Corsairs there, a big unit of Minotaurs. I believe there's a Doom Bull in there as the Beastman General. Hydra next to them. Over here on the far right we have the Dark Elf General and another character, I think maybe his BSB, and a big unit of Cold One Knights, and then a unit of 40 Dark Elf Warriors. Alright, so I wanted to go back to this picture just to kind of give you an idea of what our strategy was. So during the deployment, we each alternated units, of course. We saw the Beastman player was really weighing this flank here on the left with a lot of really nasty units. So we decided to try to kind of feign deployment on that side. So you see that tree castle looking thing in the middle. Our thought was that we would keep the Slann there with the block of spearmen to kind of just clog up that area and even march backwards if we had to. to hopefully waste the time of the big beastman units on the left while we push hard with knights on the right and try to sweep the flank. So yeah, that's kind of our thinking there. Pegs would go after the bolt throwers, of course, and my heroic killing blow general would try and go after that Hydra or the sorceress if he could get it. So we go to bad guys turn 1. So first thing that happened was this big block of Ungors appeared from my table edge right by my trebuchet. Yeah, on my short reading of Beastmen, I knew they could do this with their units, but I didn't realize it could happen on turn 1. So was not feeling really good about this. Me not knowing anything about Beastmen, I just see a huge unit of ranked up troops right behind my lines before I've even made a move, so pretty intimidating. He also got a unit of Ungor Raiders on the far right, our far right of the board. These are the movements. So he actually did move his Minotaurs up. This picture was just taken before that happened. So he moves his Corsairs up through the middle. The Hydra is kind of hanging back a little bit for a support charge in the future. And he's moving his big block of spearmen forward to kind of protect his general's unit from any charges there. Over here towards the middle, things move up, as you can see. And this is our far left, with the beastmen advancing on our flank. So, through shooting and magic, my Peg Knight unit that was set up to charge his bolt throwers turn 1 got devastated. He threw all the magic they had at it and bolted them down and killed them outright. I should also mention before we go on, the way we did magic was each player rolled 2d6 for Winds of Magic. So each side technically got 46. But the way we did it was you kind of chose who you would go against, and the pools never actually mixed. The dispelling team could help each other dispel enemy spells, but again, the pools never mixed, so it ended up being a pretty fair way to play Magic, and I think we'll try that way again when we do this in the future. So we go to good guys turn 1. Over here on the right, I march my peasants forward, and I angle them such that when they get charged by the Dark Elf warriors, my knights will have an easy flank and should break them easily. And if he doesn't charge me, I'll charge him. So put my Peg Knights in the top right there. Just a nice field of view for future rear charges. I keep my questing knights where they are, and my lizardman ally moves his skink skirmishers such that if the Hydra charges them, I'll have an easy charge, counter charge with my questing knights, who have the banner of eternal flame and are designed to take down those Hydras. I also moved up my killing blow general there on the edge of the pond. Nice field of view, plenty of kill options, hopefully to help with the Hydra. At the very top left, I have a unit of Peg Knights behind their lines, and they'll charge the bolt throwers and take care of them. I went ahead and reformed my Knight of the Realm unit to face the ambushing Ungor herd there. I knew I could get away with not using them in the main combat. Enemy wasn't close enough yet, so I might as well clear out this unit in the back. That would cause problems for us later on anyways. So over here towards the middle, my Lizardman ally just angles and slightly moves forward his Skink and Crocs unit. My Grail Knights move up an angle so that anything that charges that wide frontage is just going to get countercharged, and the Grail should bounce right down the line and just crush things. His Saurus blocks on the left pretty much hang back and get ready to take charges from the big amount of beast units there on the left. That's just another view of the far left. So, magic, nothing really significant happened, but during shooting I landed a rock on the warriors here on the far right. So I killed 15 of them with a trebuchet shot, so not going to have to worry about them being steadfast, and my peasants should be able to handle them no problem. Also in the shooting phase, my ally's Salamander took out 4 Centaurs, and they failed their panic test and ran away. This is really nice because these were fast movers that could have gotten in behind us on the left there, but Salamander did its duty well. On bad guy's turn 2, so he charges his warriors into my men-at-arms, which I'm definitely happy with, and he moves his big cold one unit with his lord in it backwards. I think at this point he realized he was going to lose the warrior combat, so he moved back to avoid the charge from my BSB's unit and to hopefully give himself a nice charge on my peasants when they inevitably overrun. So he also reforms, or the Beastman player reforms and moves his Minotaurs such that my general cannot charge the rear of that Hydra. He has no room to land, so that was wisely played by the Beastman player. And the Hydra saw the trap with the questing knights and just kind of moved away. Over here in the middle, he failed charge with both of his blocks in the middle. So I was actually somewhat disappointed with this because I really wanted to countercharge with my Grail Knights on my next turn. And also because the Skink unit had the +4 toughness buff, so that would have been really favorable on our next turn. On the left, he moves up, as you can see. He starts to realize that all the action is going on the other side of the board, so he starts kind of angling more towards that side. One with his Ungor unit and his Bestigor unit, I believe, is thinking about coming through either on my Grail Knights or maybe into the flank of that Saurus block. So close combat with these warriors, he didn't do a single wound on me. I rolled all of my armor saves. I still have light armor, so I had a 6 for the armor save and 6 for a ward save, and I made them all. And in retaliation, I killed 10 or so warriors, broke them, but failed to run them down by an inch. But that's okay, because on my next turn, all I have to do is charge him, and I get my full movement, and his flea is only going to be 2d6, so more than likely I'm going to run them down.